If you'll turn your attention to the Ayrshire ring, Judge Evans has completed his placings in the summer yearling class. Our second place junior is entry number 1554, Red Rock Dynamic Leone, exhibited by Mina Gwenmi and Rick Wade Brooklyn and Colby Schwer from Edgar, Wisconsin. Our best bred and owned in the class is entry number 1540, Mile High Sergeant Sussy, exhibited by Dale and Deanna Bendig and Peter Vale from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Third in the class was entry number 1560, Old and Lazy Miss Congeniality E.T., exhibited by James Ward from Guttenberg, Iowa. Second in the class is also our winning junior, and that is entry number 1559, Old and Lazy L.I. Michelob E.T., exhibited by Peyton Calvert and Kayla Trustum from Evansville, Wisconsin. And winning the class is entry number 1541, DNJGF Viking Dynamite, exhibited by Leslie and Linda Brucci from Westminster, Maryland. Congratulations. Judge Evans, your comments.
Well, just a tremendous lineup of summer yearlings all the way down the line. There's heifers in 10th, 15th place that most years would be contending for this top 6 sort of spot. But when we got these heifers out for us today, the heifer that comes out in first, she's the heifer that puts it all together for us. She's so balanced out on the move. She's so graceful and feminine as she goes around the outside of the ring. And we just far prefer the locomotion on our first place heifer over the heifer coming out in second. Those thrills are more centrally located. She tracks straighter when viewed from the rear compared to the second place heifer. I prefer the set to the hock on our first place heifer compared to the heifer coming out in second. Moreover, for us today, she shows a little bit more length to her forerib, a little more length to her rear rib than the ultra high style heifer coming out in second. Second over third, it is the blending of parts for us today. When she comes at you, she's so much higher in the chine. She's so much fuller through that crop region. I prefer the way that elbow is tucked into the body wall, so much nicer on our second place cow, while also just showing us a little more length in her midsection and length to her rump than the big barreled heifer we have coming out in third. Third over fourth, a heifer that just shows us so much more openness through that rib structure today. A heifer who's longer up through that front end, longer all the way through than the heifer we have coming out in fourth. Fourth over fifth, just so much more mass to her today. She's more open in that fore and rear rib, shows more drop to both fore and rear rib. A heifer who's wider on that chest floor than the heifer coming out in fifth. Fifth over six, a heifer that just shows us more Ayrshire breed character through that front end. She's more feminine about that head and neck for us today. When we got her in line, she's just a little bit nicer through that rump structure, a little bit cleaner through that rump structure, and a little cleaner down through the hock compared to the massive heifer we have coming out in sixth. Congratulations.